This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just want to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Hello and welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. This is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel like I could not, that had to be the earworm this week, because not only did a lot of y'all, hashtag y'all, get got by a fake site putting out a fake tweet causing a fake outrage, not only did y'all get got, y'all kept showing your hand the whole time. If you have ever actually looked at the lyrics of Natural Woman, or You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, you can see that in no part of this song is she talking about biology at all. Ever.
She's singing about that debt.
She is singing about actually feeling seen by her mate. So if you all are on the Clock app or the Tickety Talk, I implore you to follow Diamond Styles with a Z and look at her 2 videos that's talking about this. Diamond Styles is a trans woman educator, and she's just very funny. She's very pretty. So to listen to that, in her latest video, she said, this kind of song is where cis women and trans women meet. I'm like, yeah, because you listen to this song, this is literally just about being seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But then people are like, what's wrong with her saying she feel like a natural woman? It's like, she's only talking about being in love, y'all dumbasses. See, I don't like calling people dumb. It's too early in the early in the episode for me calling y'all dumbasses. And I'm sorry for calling y'all dumb. I'm sorry for calling you dumb. Maybe I meant you were stupid. Maybe that's what I mean. I'm like, first of all, so the thing about it is, I was like, well, that's a fake site. I'm like, yeah, but some real people said some transphobic shit. It's like, so y'all are real people who fell for this. And like, the thing about this kind of thing, it always demonstrates, like, literally, we can see y'all. It's like, we see y'all every time. It's like, every time it's like, girl, I was like, who said that? It was like, and then, so that's the thing. When that's kind of stuff saying like, what if someone says the trans community feels, I'm like, nope, stop. Do you see a Black trans woman there? If you don't, shut the hell up. It's like, nope. Because it's bad enough. This is the second time this week some Black trans woman had to dig in y'all ass. First it was about this song, and the second one was about Beyonce. And people say, we're so offended that she went and got paid $24 million to perform. I'm like, oh, okay, so are y'all eating Chick-fil-A while y'all saying that?
And I think TS made a really good point because she was like, in these red states where they're passing all these homophobic laws and transphobic laws,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not supposed to perform there too when she goes on tour. Like, what exactly?
Like, what's y'all boggle? Because I'm like, one, y'all be sitting here saying Boosie right, Siobhan
No.
got a point. I don't want y'all teaching my kids. I don't want my kids around this lifestyle. Trans athletes in school, that's not fair to the other kids. I'm like,
Can't
but
even name a trans athlete.
can't even name one. I'm like, please name one that has beat everybody, literally, and not just won by a few seconds, literally trounced the competition. You ain't gonna find one. It's like y'all show y'all. It's like y'all hashtag y'all show your hand. Because I'm sitting here like, oh my god, I can't believe it. This is just you're an ally, really. Are you so? Are you eating a crispy sandwich from Chick-fil-A, or are you eating the grilled sandwich, or are you eating the nuggets, or are you having a chicken biscuit? Let me know.
Hmm.
You still going to Disney World? Let me know. Let us know. You still listen to Boosie? Let me know. Girl. Anyway, y'all, the voice that you hear is my boo, Cook, from the, oh, I feel like I want to say like highly inappropriate podcast. I feel like I just want to give you a theme song for no apparent reason.
Yes.
Cook, how are you? Thank you so much for being
I'm
here.
here. Ooh, honey, I'm here. My dog is on one. So if he start trying to be a part of the show, I
First of
apologize in
all,
advance.
that's I made him stop being an old black man because we gonna talk about some other old black man while we here on the show. But I need your dog not to be some old black man. What the hell, y'all? What they talking about? What the hell, y'all? Look, sir, we are on. Sir, what we doing?
He
Like,
just want to be all up in
he
my
just want to
face
be.
right now.
He want look here. He want to be. He is the Diddy in your house. He all up in the videos.
Oh, no bull.
He all been he like he all been in videos. Come on, Papa Diddy Pop. That show us your new baby. I'm kidding.
And his name Roscoe, so he an old man for
Oh
real.
my god, he got an old man. See, that's the thing. I am thinking about adopting a dog, and literally, I want to name it Demarcus. Don't ask me why.
He just
I'm sorry. If I get a dog, he gotta have an old man. He gotta have a human name. And I'm like, but I want to go. I want to name him Demarcus. I can go Demarcus. Go Demarcus.
Latavius.
Oh, I like Latavius. No, that's too close to Future. Oh my god. Oh, that makes me it's like nope, because I don't need them kind of problems. You tell
Yeah.
me a canine version of Future just because they don't wear condoms anyway. I'm like, imagine like he running around, he'd be like, life good. Sir, why are these raggedy little babies in my damn backyard? Because you can't stop lifting your leg on some lady.
That TikTok where the girl was like, you gonna raise your baby.
Wait, I tell you, I was screaming. Wait, you read me? I was like, oh, wait a minute. Not in these pet streets. Black people with pets. Everybody's like, black people bad with animals. You obviously have never met too many black people.
No, you
We treat our
haven't.
pets like children.
Uh,
What the hell we over doing? So can we have a conversation? It's a dog. What is happening here?
mhm.
But again, I'm trying to get a dog and name him Demarcus. So I can't say nothing.
Get them all the way together.
I'm just saying. It's like, look, like what's your dang name? Demarcus, and I wish you would say something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Demarcus,
Don't
okay?
forget the middle name.
Right. I know. I'm trying to think. Should it be like I'm thinking like Demarcus Calvin? Look, I need something. Okay, I gotta think because I'm about to say Oliver, and I'm like, because it's like how they say every black woman knows somebody with a middle name Nicole. My middle name is Nicole, by the way. It's like every black woman is like, it's Lee, Nicole, and it was something else. And I was like, okay, so first of all, I feel attacked because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the group. But then I was thinking about like black men. It's like I feel like black men literally have like middle names like Edward, James, Lee. It's like, yeah. Wait a minute.
Jerome.
Jerome. It's like Jerome's a good solid like first name. You know what? It's gonna be DeMarcus Lee. Yep, DeMarcus
I
Lee
like
Williams.
John Quill.
You like who?
John Quill.
Oh, Jaquim. Oh my god. I said I gotta have like this. Like, I'm sorry, like he can't be like, what's your name? Dog's name Rover. The fuck? That's whack. I'm not sitting here judging dog names. I ain't got no sense. But y'all already knew that. That ain't got no sense. But yes, the Marcus will be coming hopefully in the next year or so, maybe. Okay, let's start low key and let's start off happy because we're gonna be talking about some stuff. But let's start low key with the 2023 Oscar nominations.
Mhm.
I just want to say that my beautiful black actress, Angela Bassett, is nominated for an Oscar for Wakanda Forever, a comic book movie, big budget. Y'all said these people don't be acting. Angela ate up the fucking scenery, okay?
She served as Queen Ramonda, and
It's
I'm
like,
here for it. I want her to win because it's long overdue, first and foremost.
absolutely. It's like,
And
ooh.
I think this was a really great performance for her. She put that whole movie on her back. She
She did.
really did. She really did. And I I'm looking forward to it because I know Michelle Yeoh also got nominated, and I've been a huge fan of her since Wing
My
Chun.
Asian auntie.
Ever since Wing
Okay.
Chun, I've been a fan of hers. So I think it's well deserved for her. She's been giving some great performances to over the years. I didn't finish Everywhere All at Once.
I gotta start it because it's on, I think it's on what, Paramount or Discovery. It's on, I think it's on Paramount.
Time right
It's one of
now.
it's streaming, and I was like, oh shoot, I can watch it. But
Hmm.
yeah, so Michelle Yao, who is our everybody's Asian auntie, don't play with us. Let me tell you something. We don't play about her, okay? We don't play about Michelle Yao. She is the first Asian woman to be nominated for a actor Oscar, lead actor, not supporting, lead.
And she needs to win. They need to go on and give it to her.
Absolutely. I'm like, y'all gonna get off our nerves. Okay.
Mhm.
Please, no, it's happening. I'm like, I'm here for Michelle Yao. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't, and I get it. And I get it. So
And she was
go ahead.
also really good in The Witcher Blood Origin on Netflix.
Really? I
Yeah,
gotta
I
start
liked
that.
it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Girl, I watched the whole thing. I
Really?
liked
Is it
it.
good? Ooh.
To me, because I like The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this one. It was a little different. I've watched most of the side stories for it.
Okay.
Didn't
So is
finish
this
all
a
the
comic
movies.
book movie? Is it a video game? Or is it just a book? Because I haven't
So
seen
The
any of
Witcher
them.
is, I think The Witcher is based off a comic book. Don't quote me on this.
Okay.
Um, I'm not familiar with the comic books. I watched it on HBO one Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, this is giving me all the
Mm.
things I like: epic
Okay.
monsters and fighting and all that kind of stuff, and good storytelling."
Mm-hmm.
The first one was like told like out of order, so you really
Oh.
have to pay attention to the story because the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. One of
Mm-hmm.
those type deals, and I thought the
Okay.
way they told it was really clever. And then the second season ended on a really good cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how they do the third season. Even though what is his name?
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
He's out. Because when they say he was out, I'm like, wait a minute. So like, is the show
Ah,
done? I was like, is the done? Is the show done? I'm
I
like,
think they're going to
why?
recast him. I think they're going to recast him.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick
Oh,
beside
dag.
him.
Oh,
Is what they
Henry
do.
Cavill. Here we go.
How he out here acting up. But I liked him in it
Okay,
because he
okay. Can you tell me?
was
Because someone said why he's like being problematic. Like, what the hell? Look here.
what
What the
did he
hell
do? I don't know. They never said what he did. I'm like,
did?
how is
I'm
he
like,
being
wait a minute.
problematic?
I
But
was
I
like,
think
they're
he's
like, he problematic. What he do?
I think he did something inappropriate, but it's like first they got
Uh,
rid of him with Superman, then this. I was like, what is he out here doing?
right, because it's like I think the thing that I remember about him being problematic, it was around like the height of the white women's Me Too, not Me Too, but the white women's Me Too. Yeah, I said it.
Mhm.
When he was talking about he only dates like ex girlfriends because I don't want people to get out here thinking that I'm trying to do anything, and I'm like, say, time out, nigga, you are Superman. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh gosh, you know when niggas
It's
say
like,
shit like that, that's a red flag when they be
it's
like,
like,
"Oh,
wait a minute. I'm like, I don't want people to think, sir, you're fucking Henry Cavill. You are Superman. You're a conventionally attractive white man. It's very muscular. Are you fucking kidding me, right? What are you,
no."
girl? What? And this was years ago, and I think he ended up apologizing. There's probably some stupid. I don't really remember it, but he did a. I think he kind of apologized. I'm sorry, in the I'm sorry ifs, which is not really an apology, but that's neither here nor there. But I was like, I remember looking at it going, because Shantae and I talked about it. We were like, what? It's like, yeah. I'm like, you're Henry Cavill. Like, honestly, one, sex. I'm sorry. SA is not about attraction. It's about power anyway. But still, though, sir, you're Henry Cavill. I don't think you are going to have these problems.
I don't, I don't know what's wrong with these niggas.
It was like, but I guess okay. But then I think about Brendan Fraser, where it's like he got blacklisted when he even brought it up. And I'm like, so, and then so I'm all about one, seeing this resurgence for him.
Yes, because I'm a huge Mummy fan. The Mummies was
I
my
love
shit.
those movies, except for that third one, which is like, girl, what the fuck is this with these
They,
Asian people? I was like, I have so many questions. I really do. But I'm just kind of
even with
like,
that movie with Honors, he was really good. He was always really good in those movies.
I like Brendan Fraser. So to see him, but okay, so I'm a, so we mentioned Michelle Yao. We mentioned Angela Bassett. I just want to talk about the actors because, of course, Ruth E. Carter was getting nominated. I don't know what to
Yes,
tell y'all. I'm like, if you've seen Wakanda Forever, bitch, it's like just seriously, don't even just mail her award. Thank you so much. Like seriously, what are we doing? So it's like seriously,
mhm.
what are we doing? Everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once got a lot of nominations. The
I love
director,
that.
actor, supporting actor, actress, supporting actress. It was like, oh yeah, it's like just yeah. So I'm kind of glad that Michelle Yao and Angela Bassett are in two different categories. Like, yeah, Michelle Yao
Mhm.
is in lead, Angela is in supporting. I'm like, that actually kind of makes me very, very happy because I'm
And
like,
they were in
nope.
Gunpowder Milkshake last year, or was the year before last? I can't remember, 2021 or I think it was
Ooh,
2020. They were in Michelle Yeoh and Angela Bassett. They were in Gunpowder Milkshake.
they were because I think they
Mhm.
in a they were in a movie together. I thought.
That was Gunpowder Milkshake.
Okay, okay. See, look at that. So it was like, one, I need that again. I think it was somebody said I want these two people in a movie. Oh, it was I think it was Brendan Fraser and somebody else. I'm like, they were in the Mummy. Oh no, it was Brendan Fraser and somebody else. So like, I want them in a movie. I'm like, they were in a movie. They were in the third Mummy together.
Mm.
Oh, oh yeah, it was Brendan Fraser and Michelle Yao. I'm like, they need to be in a movie together. They are.
Oh,
It's the third movie, yeah, because she's in it. She's in the third Mummy too.
she was?
Mm-hmm. She's towards
Oh,
the end, and I'm only remembering this because when that tweet came, I'm like, "Do y'all are y'all in my house watching me?" Because I had watched the movie again because I'd watched all the mummies. Yeah. And sidebar, if you watch this Mummy Returns and then the Scorpion King, please know how those two movies don't make a fucking sense. It's like,
they
wait a minute.
don't. It
It's
just,
like, wait a minute, time out. It's like, wait a minute, he is an evil. How did he get from I'm smiling this lady who's a like psychic to Haku Machente? What the fuck is happening here? How did he turn evil? Like, y'all,
they did that so The
What
Rock would have something to do. And I have commentary because I watch Black Adam. The Rock don't need to make
so
no
that,
more movies
honey,
unless he's making the movies. He
oh,
needs to stick to the rivers and lakes that he's used to.
baby, let me tell you something. When it comes to Dwayne Johnson, because I got to talk to him because his daddy's a whole black man. Um,
Mm.
when it comes to his movies, I don't need them to make sense. I just need to be his big sexy ass to be in it and show me a little bit of clavicle and tattoo. However,
But
comma,
they
this
need
is
to be good.
right,
At
exactly.
least.
They don't need to make sense because for some reason I like the movie Rampage, and when I tell you that don't make
Mm.
sense, I'm like, but that's based on a video game, kind of like Jumanji. I thought I wasn't gonna like his Jumanji, but I was like, no, this is actually kind of cute. So I'm glad they didn't do, because it's like with y'all remaking movies that Robin Williams was in, it's like, yeah, y'all not gonna do this well. So just kind of go on your own lane, kind of like why I don't mind Will Smith as the genie in Aladdin. Because I'm like, there's no possible way you can outdo Robin Williams because that part was written for him. There's no
Mm.
way you're going to like you're not going to outshine Robin Williams because they designed it around him and his stand-up style.
Yeah.
It was like,
And
girl. So
that was a classic.
it's like, oh, so Black Adam for me, it was like I say all that. I don't need his movies to make sense. However, comma, I need a DC EU movie to make sense. That
Oh,
thing drove
horrible.
me nuts. And I'm like, it fell into the same trap as Aquaman, where it was like, seriously, what the fuck is this movie about? Wait, who are
Honestly,
you?
as a DC fan, as a Batman fan, I just stick to the
Right.
animation. I just stick to the animation because
Girl,
the live action, like, and that's the thing. I
girl.
think that they're really fucking up, and they need to just embrace it. They need to just make an R-rated movie,
Please
and
do.
need to embrace all that they are as far as DC, because they have a lot of material that's really dark,
So
and they just need
much.
to embrace the darkness and just make it R-rated. Don't try to make it
Please,
family
pretty
friendly.
please.
Just go ahead and make it rated. Just the Batman movie should be rated R anyway. They
Correct.
just need to be rated R, and you just embrace the darkness and just bring out the zany.
Correct. Yeah, that's it.
Go
I will
for it.
need y'all to keep doing this because it's like, Cook, I'm the same way. When it comes to animation, please give me Justice League and Batman the animated series and inject it into my veins. All of the animated Batman and all of the animated Justice League stuff, fucking love it. I like literally digested at least
Oh, and they
quarterly on
have the
HBO
black
Max.
what's his name? Is it John Stewart who's the black Green Lantern? They
Yeah.
have an animated cartoon on HBO Max.
Oh,
And
they
I thought it
do?
was pretty decent.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it
Okay.
was pretty
Okay.
decent with
Because
them.
I'm sorry, I like the Black John. I like the Black Green Lantern. I loved it on, and I didn't necessarily hate Ryan Reynolds' movie. It was just too fucking long.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
was
okay,
it
girl,
was
like what the
good.
hell? Like, wait, this movie now. And of course, what did they have? Angela.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's kind of like, girl, do better. It's like, and the thing about it is, it's like Dwayne Johnson movies don't be making a look of sense. I don't care because I like looking his ass. If you're gonna be in a comic book movie that has source material, fucking
Mm.
make it good. Stop like, what the hell is this? And who the hell is that? And what? Why? Why is all of this and why? And the bad part about it is he wasn't the worst part of the movie. It was the plot. However, comma, y'all put a whole lot behind this movie. I'm like, I wish y'all had put a whole lot behind the screenplay and the editing. Yeah, I said it. And it was like another fine ass black man being the damn villain in these movies. First it was Yaya and Aquaman, then you got Aldous Hodge, his snacky ass. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? Stop putting these fine ass black men in this movie that are whack.
Aldous Hodge looked good in that
Damn, he
movie.
looked
It
good. It
was
was like, I'm gonna lick this
horrible.
screen.
Aldous Hodge
He
is
is
ooh,
so fine. He is so
yeah.
fine. I'm
But
like,
that movie was terrible.
it's like, I was like, it's like the bad part about it is Wonder Woman 84 was
Hmm.
worse for me. Cause I was
Oh
like,
God,
girl,
that was the worst.
it was like I got lost. I'm like, I'm sorry. Why the hell is Steve back? I'm like, I missed all of that. I'm like, wait, why the fuck is he
My
back? Girl.
irritating
And
Steve
I was
back
like,
then.
you wasting Chris Pine, as I like to call him. You wasted him.
I
You got my
honestly
girl Kate,
hate
was
him.
it Kristen? And it's like here she was trying to
Kristen
like move from being comedy to an actual serious actress, and y'all got, what the fuck was that? I'm like, girl, come on, y'all. It's like y'all got way too many stars ready to sign up for DCEU for y'all to just be fumbling. Like, it's like y'all are the Atlanta Falcons and y'all blowing a 28-3 lead every damn time these movies premiere. It's like, God damn it. Okay, you know what?
They just need to go ahead. Like I said, those movies need to be rated R. They need to
And just do
be
better. It's like, and now y'all
rated
saying like Jim
material.
Gunn gonna come, and I'm like, and what he gonna do? And the fact that they're moving, they're not doing a Black Adam 2, because one, in some world, and mind you, I'm not like, if y'all really want blurry shit, please listen to Blurred Comics. Please listen to Why So Serious, because they be knowing what the fuck more than I do. Listen to Old Man Wade. But I could have swore Superman and Shazam are in the same universe. So
Yeah.
literally, Henry Cavill should have been in Shazam. Shazam should have been in Black Adam. It's like,
Yeah.
no, y'all are all in the same universe. Girl, what the fuck is happening here?
There's just no real planning, or it's a lack of planning around it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like the difference is Marvel was well planned. It's
Yeah.
well planned and it's connected.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that as someone who regularly watches Marvel's movies in the timeline order.
Yeah.
I What they did with Iron Man really was a really good movie. Was really good movies.
It
A
was
really good.
so, but because one, it was supposed to be the Incredible Hulk movie, because y'all couldn't get. I can see why y'all not trying to do what y'all did with Spider-Man and keep redoing these movies. No, 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 don't do this. Just let it start with Iron Man. Technically, it's an Incredible Hulk, but those movies aren't all that good. I finally watched the Ed Norton one, and it's not terrible, but it's
Ed
not.
Norton, but no.
It's like,
Mm-mm.
because the
And I
reason why
watched the one with Eric Bana.
it's just, ooh, it's
Bana.
too arty. It's too artsy.
That one wasn't. It wasn't until it came to what's his face. He kind of embraced it a lot better.
Yeah, it's like I
He,
kind of like Homeboy as
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. I like him as, it's like he just works, and I don't know why it is. Because Ed Wharton,
Yeah.
it's not
No,
that
but
he didn't
he
work. It's
worked a lot.
like, I guess. It's like I guess. I mean, I guess.
Because I had a huge crush on Eric Bana back in the day. I thought he was
So
real cute.
fun. He's so
Troy,
fun. Yes. Yes.
wine, but he wasn't an Incredible Hulk
Yeah,
type
it's
guy.
like you just kind of go, y'all just putting a star here thinking it's going to work. It's not going to. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's like y'all can't do this again. It was like, yeah, thank you for not attempting to do any Incredible Hulk movies, because right now it's like, no, we are not doing this. No, we're not. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Because the only reason why I went back to watch the Ed Norton one is because of the She-Hulk show. I didn't know who that person was when, so I didn't know, and I was like, who the heck is he? I'm like, oh hell, I gotta watch a movie. It's like, damn it. Then I watched it
Yeah.
going like, this is not a terrible movie, but it's not great.
It was okay. It
It
was
was
decent.
okay.
It was
It
decent.
wasn't most horrible thing I've ever seen.
No,
There's other
no, no.
movies for that. But it's like, it wasn't, the last X-Men with the Phoenix Saga, which I want to smack.
Oh boy.
I'm like, when I tell you, as somebody who is a old school we are old school X-Men Saturday morning cartoon watchers, and that
Mhm.
Phoenix Saga, that was multiple episodes.
That was
Y'all
like
fucked
a whole
this up.
thing. They totally dropped the ball
It
with
was like,
it.
y'all tried to do it with the first set with Hugh Jackman. Now you're doing this. I'm like, y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do this. Just pick something out with the X-Men. Pick something else. Pick something
Yeah.
else. And I'm nervous about Blade. I really am. Even though I
You
like the Blade
are?
movies, I love him as Blade, but it's like when people are dropping from the production, I think they're finally in production now. I'm like, I just want this to be good, because I'm like, one, I didn't even realize till years later that he's a comic book and it's a Marvel comic book. Like, oh, well,
Mhm.
shit.
I watched the original Blade a few weekends ago when I
Mm-hmm.
had a mom. I
Mm-hmm.
turned it on and Wesley Snipes really did that with Blade.
He was it, like, I don't say perfect casting for a lot of things, but he was a very good Blade.
He was Blade. He really
It's
was
like he
Blade.
is Blade. He really truly is.
Mhm.
And I know Blade Trinity is one of those things where it's like, oh, it's terrible. I'm like, I kind of
The
enjoyed
thing
it, but it's like that wasn't about Blade anymore.
the first two were really good though.
Yeah.
The first two are
Blade
classics.
Trinity is very much like it's up for debate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It
like
just
this is up for debate. I don't know.
but I'm eager to see what Mahershala is going to do with it. I think Mahershala can pull this off.
I think he can.
I just think they need the right people around it to
Yeah.
kind of get it off the ground. But we'll see. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna
It's like
wait.
I'm like I'm nervous, but I'm like let me
I
just be
believe in
half
Mahershala.
glass full. I'm gonna be half glass full on this. Let me just be
I
half glass
believe in
full.
Mahershala. I believe in Mahershala.
Yeah.
I
So let
believe
me
in him,
just do that.
even though I want them to bring Cottonmouth back. They not, but I believe in him.
Mm. Lord, that bad patois on that show. I'm sorry. Okay, so we got to this tangent because we're talking about Oscars. So for the actor, these I have to say these categories are kind of stacked. So for lead actor, you got that boy who's faking that accent for Elvis, Colin Farrell, who let me tell you something. That was my white man. Me and him were going to have some beautiful biracial children. We still
Wait,
can.
you talking about the Banshee movie?
Yes, that's the
I
thing. But
like
it's like
that movie.
so okay, and I haven't watched it. I'm like, oh, I can watch this, so I can watch that. I can watch Michelle Yeoh's
It's
movie,
good.
and I'm
Good.
like, okay, I can watch this because I just like Colin Farrell. It's like,
Mhm.
but I've liked him for a very long time. I've seen a lot of his movies. The artsy ones, Hearts War, is something that is just fun to watch on a Saturday afternoon when it's raining outside.
I started the Penguin, but I didn't finish it. But I
Mm,
like not the Penguin, the Lobster. I'm sorry. I started the Lobster, but I didn't. I couldn't get all the way through it. I didn't have time to sit down and really get into it like I wanted to. But the movie he's nominated for, Banshee,
mm-hmm.
and it's good. It's
Is it about
good.
like friends? It's like, oh, I'm like, we deep about this friendship thing. I'm like, oh, now I gotta watch it. I'm like, let me get my brain
It's
together when I watch it.
allegory. It is an allegory for when you have to move on from people.
Mm,
It's
I'm
an
hearing, I'm
allegory.
like, it's heavy, but it's like, you know what? I'm all for it. Let me give it, insert it into my veins. So
I
Brendan
like it.
Fraser, our baby, he is nominated. Bill Nye is for The Living, and Paul Mescal for After Sun. I don't know what these things are, but best lead actress, Kate Blanchett, who was like, "Girl, these are just awards, bitch. Fuck you.
That's my
Just give it to
girl.
Michelle, okay? But this is Michelle's category to win. It should not be her category to lose. Just give her the fucking award. I don't care. I don't care.
See,
So,
from what I remember, from what I did see from Everything Everywhere All at Once,
mm-hmm.
she played so many characters.
mm,
She did a good job. She it was
mm,
it's you gotta see it.
yeah.
It's trippy. It is very trippy.
So, ooh, then I gotta watch it. So, Brian Tyree Henry is
Mhm.
nominated for a movie called Causeway. I've not seen it, and Ki-Hai Kwan or Hugh Kwan, and I'm sorry if I'm screwing up his name, is nominated from Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I did not find out until about 3.5 weeks ago that that was
I
Data
can't
from the
see
Goonies. I said,
I want to vote
hell,
for Paperboy. You know I'm
I
voting for
said,
Paperboy.
that paper, yep, Brian T. Henry, Paperboy's nominated for an Oscar. And so in Data from the Goonies. I'm like,
Yeah. $50 bill.
said, girl. And to watch him just be like, I didn't ever think I'd be back in this room again. Oh my God. And to
Mm.
see him and Brendan Fraser, I'm like, I'm sorry. This is the relationship I want to watch. I just ship them as a bromance. I truly, truly do.
I saw
I
some of that,
it's
yeah.
like this is so cute. I just love this. And then best supporting actress is of course Angela Bassett, Hong Chow from The Whale. I still haven't seen it. I have thoughts about this. Carrie Condon from The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Mm.
Laurie Strode, I love her, and also Stephanie Hugh from Everything Everywhere. I'm like, yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. They're like, just give us a fucking award. Let me just say this: not in Best Supporting Actress. Nope, we are giving it to Angela. Do not give it to anybody else. Even though I would not be mad if Stephanie from Everything Everywhere All at Once won. I would not be upset, but I really do want it for Angela because I want y'all to solidify
It's
that there
it's
are
her
actor
time.
exactly. Please solidify that people who are in comic book movies are fucking acting. Because there's a part of me that feels like Robert Downey Jr. should have gotten at least a nomination for Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
It's like there's a few different in these different comic book movies we see performances like that should at least get a look. Just a
Mm-hmm.
look. I'm not saying win, I'm just saying look.
Black Panther Part 2 was just so fucking
It's
sad.
just like
It was a
I
lot.
did not. I was
There was
like,
a
I was
lot of
sitting like on the brink of tears the whole movie. I go home and listen to "Lift Me Up," and I bawled my eyes out.
I
I'm like, you
can't.
know what?
I
I
can't. I took my daughter to see it. We went out to like the 11 o'clock airing of it, showing
mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna do it. But it took a lot for me to go do that because I was like,
Mm,
man. And in the beginning, like I did really good. I didn't cry till the end of the movie. I made it through the
mm,
whole movie without crying until the goddamn end. And then I started fucking crying, and I was like, damn.
mm. When I tell you when we went to go see it, because I went, it was like a group of us. It was after Monty's wedding. When I tell you in that theater, you kept hearing sniffles. I said, "Girl, what the fuck?"
I'm just glad that I had a theater of people who, when they did the opening credits, you could hear a pin drop. I'm glad the
Completely silent,
audience was
except
silent.
for like
I'm glad. It
like,
was a
oh
lot.
my
That
god,
was a lot. Emotionally, it's a lot. It's just
it
a
was a
lot.
lot. It's like, oh wow, it was like it was a lot of sniffles in our day. Yeah, if y'all haven't,
Emotionally, it's
and I
just a
can't
lot.
wait till it comes streaming, y'all, in February. And Agua Poppy, yes, yes, he can
Mm.
every day, twice on Sunday. Sorry. So with the nominations, we got to talk about the snubs. Some of these were surprising. The first snub that was surprising was Taylor Swift. I'm like, girl, no, we're not doing this again. I'm not doing this with y'all.
Yeah, see from what?
So apparently they wanted her because she got nominated for the Golden Globe and Critic Choice for the song Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing, that movie that I still haven't watched. And I'm like, girl, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with
Music
y'all.
movie?
I haven't watched it yet, but it's like, oh, and they're like, why is Taylor not nominated? Because she's not.
So I was looking at the backstory of the people who wrote the book and how that boy murdered somebody.
Oh,
It was like a whole it's like a thing. So the
oh,
family, the son of the people who wrote the book, he murdered somebody in some country and they covered it up. It was like a whole thing. I don't quote me on this, but
oh,
it's like a controversy to it.
oh boy.
It's like a
Okay, so
controversy.
so I should watch it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I watched the movie and I thought the movie was decent.
Okay.
I never read the book. I watched the movie, and yeah, I'm not mad at the movie, but
Mm,
it's just the conflict was like, should we support the people who wrote the book because they did too
mm.
much?
Because so the people who wrote the book are problematic.
Right, right,
Ah,
right, right.
okay, okay. Okay, so another snub that I was like, really? Okay. Tom Cruise for Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, so first of all, the movie that he should have been nominated for an Oscar for is not that. It's Interview with the Vampire. I said what I said.
Hmm.
But it's like they're saying like he should have gotten nominated for Top Gun Maverick. I have not watched it. I also have never been told
Um,
what the plot of the original Top Gun is. I'm like, what is the plot of Top Gun?
he's going to
Uh
flight school.
I tell you, people like, singing, flying, Tom Cruise smiling. Girl,
Take
what the
my
fuck is the plot? What is the
breath
movie about? When I tell you it's so funny, I'm like, everybody knows Top Gun. We're like, what's the plot? Planes, girl, the Navy,
So
girl,
Megan and the other guy competing against each other, trying to
karaoke.
be the best.
Like, girl, what?
And
It's
Kelly
like,
McGillis,
oh my
take my breath
god.
away.
It's like, what's it? Beach volleyball, girl. Like, what is the plot? The
That
other
one guy who
snub,
died and had a family.
it's like, girl, what is it for? But okay. So here's the
And
other thing.
that's not a spoiler. It's like Top Gun came out in '84. Y'all should have been seeing it.
I mean, we've seen it, but it's like I'm like, y'all, what's the movie about? I have seen Top Gun. Like, we're not spoiling because it's old as hell. It's probably it shows every weekend. But it's like you ask somebody who's seen the movie, what is Top Gun about? Planes, the Navy, Tom Cruise, karaoke. You lost that love of it, girl. Shut up. What is whatever? So the other snub that's very, it's surprising. It's surprising and not surprising, but I
Till?
am disappointed. The Woman King. The Woman King did
Oh,
not. Um, Viola Davis did not get nominated for The Woman King. Gina did not get nominated. But Viola did get nomination for SAG and BAFTA for The Woman King, but she did not get an Oscar nomination. But I don't think The Woman King really, if I remember correctly, they really didn't get anything. At most, it's probably technical, but other than that, not really. I don't think they got any nominations.
it was the lady. They've been talking about it online, and I've been agreeing. She should have got nominated for supporting actress.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of her character and the name of the lady who played her. But if you've seen The Woman King,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about. She
Mm-hmm.
totally should have been nominated. But outside of that, I thought The Woman King was good. I
That's
thought it
what I
was
keep
decent.
hearing. Like everybody who has seen a Woman King said it was a good movie. Another one that
It's not
got,
bad. It's not bad at all.
yeah, that's what I
It's
keep hearing. It's not a bad
really
movie.
good.
It just people didn't put
But
their like their.
Oscar
I feel
nominated?
like I think it's mostly because it's Viola Davis.
Viola was all right. I'm saying she
Mm.
was all right,
Okay. Okay.
but
So
Oscar
you so
nominated?
stupid. No, Oscar now. SAG, yes. BAFTA, yes.
Hmm.
Oscar, that's up to debate. The other one, and the thing about it is, as much as period pieces, slavery movies, civil rights
Mm-hmm.
movies usually get all of the awards. Till
Mm-hmm.
the
The
actress who
lady
played
who
Mamie did
played
not get
Rachel,
nominated. The um
she is a wonderful actress.
mhm.
I love her. She was in that movie with Zoe Saldana.
Oh, she
That
was okay.
was in that movie. She was in The Harder They Fall. She played Cuffy.
Mm.
She was on Child. She was on The Haves and the Have Nots with Tyler Perry.
Okay.
She's been acting her butt off for a long time. And
Mm.
I think now I'm glad that people are saying that she was at least snubbed so they know that she's a really good actress and hopefully her star just rises from here on out.
I hope
But
so.
she is a really good actress. I adore her.
Okay. So another snub is Janelle Monáe for Glass Onion, which I agree with.
I like
She ate that up. I liked
I
Glass
like
Onion.
Glass Onion. I liked her
I
in that
really liked
movie.
this. I was like, oh, this is cute. I'm one, it should have not been a Knives Out mystery because it's not related. It's just not. It's not related. It should
Well,
just
it's the same
stood up. But
detective.
it's like I think that's what got people to watch it because like, oh, it's like it's another Knives Out movie. I'm like,
Yeah, they
technically,
thought
it's
it was a sequel or they had to
mhm.
see the first to kind of watch that one, but it was the detective that made
Yeah,
it like,
right.
yeah.
I'm not mad at this snub, but James Cameron, because y'all won't stop trying to tell me about this Avatar movie. I'm like, girl, it's a
Kind of
beautiful girl. I
Avatar.
do not want to see this blue Christopher Columbus. I do not want to see this Christopher Columbus movie. Okay.
I watched the first one in 3D, and that
And
was
it's beautiful,
great.
right?
It was cinematically,
Mm-hmm.
it was beautiful, but the story was ass.
Girl, hello. It was like, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is
I
this?
remember I took Nina to see it, and she cried because the first half because she wanted to see the chipmunks, and I was so pissed she saw the chipmunks. And thing. She's like, I want to see the chipmunks, and I was like, girl, we're gonna watch
Bad
Avatar.
movies, by the way, but it's like, yeah.
She was a little kid. She was
It's
a
kind of like you
kid.
don't
But
want
then
to.
she got
Everybody
herself a
had like when
kid.
you were a kid that kid movie where it's like, "Girl, this is my movie. This movie is stupid. I don't care what the fuck you say." Everybody
But
got
then
these
she
movies
started watching Avatar as a kid. It was like, oh, and I was like, you make me so sick.
sick. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. also in this list is David Bowie, and it's like just because it's David Bowie, I'm like, nope, you're right. It's David Bowie. He got snubbed. I don't care what y'all say. And then the one that is always going around is the woman directors, because it's not any women that like directors that were nominated, and there were women-led movies. So of course, there's Gina Prince Bythewood for The Woman King. So it's kind of like there were women directors, they just weren't nominated. But yeah, those are the Oscars, y'all. I'm sorry, that makes me laugh every time I feel like, I'm like, what is my terrible movie that I'm like, oh my god, it's terrible. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I love this movie. I gotta think about mine. I know I have a list. But yeah, that is low key. That is the Oscars. Angela Baggett Award. My Asian auntie, Michelle, give her her fucking statue. Is this the 95th year of the Oscars, and she's the first Asian woman to be nominated for a lead actor? Oh, by the way, Halle Berry is still the only woman to win the only black woman to win a lead actress Oscar.
Child, for that damn movie.
That terrible ass movie. And I'm like, girl, what the
I mean, love Holly down.
But it's like, girl, I don't need to see you with Billy Bob Thornton when his family said, go split the dark oak. I'm like, how about you split down to hell? How about that?
Just make it feel good.
It was like, what is this?
I'll never forget watching that bullshit in the movie theater. I was the only black person in that movie theater, and I was.
You wanted to fight the air. It's like, get me, girl. It's like, get me out of here. Get me out of here now. What is this? I will walk out. I will walk out. Okay.
Like, this is too much.
This is bullshit.
Just make it feel good.
Girl, child, that movie. Ew. Okay. So let's find into mid-key, and we're going to go over to the clock app. So if y'all are on TikTok, you have probably heard of a man who talks just like this, talks about he lives in Vegas. He rates food 1 through 10. Very sweet guy, seems very socially awkward. He has admitted that he is. He is a husband. He has 2 little children that are very cute. He supports small businesses. He eats food and make me want to eat it. He is making me want to get a steak quesadilla from Chipotle, and I am a chicken burrito girl. And I'm like, how did I get to like, I gotta do chicken quesadilla? Like, girl, I do chicken burritos. I don't do no steak quesadilla. God damn it. I'm going, when it comes to the app in March, I will be there. That's literally what I'm about to say. So Keith Lee on TikTok has millions. I think he has about 9 million followers. One, he's very endearing. He helps out. He goes to small businesses. He like rates big things, but for the most part, he's doing this with his own money. He's not sponsored in any sort of way. And he just does this, and you're like, well, damn. Now it's like he has helped many small businesses. There was a black man with a seafood food truck that was not doing that much business. This man talked about his food truck, and that he helped this man get $30,000. He like a small, like a family-owned pizza place on the strip in Vegas was not getting any business. He rated their thing, and then it's like that man stayed with lines. The owner was like, I want to like shake you because, oh my God, we're so busy. So it's like he does it mostly for small businesses. So on TikTok, a lot of people like to do what's called subliminals. So if you've heard of subtweets, subliminal TikTok. So a woman named Jillian, who is a Emmy award-winning television producer, put out this subliminal thing talking about, I just can't sit on this. I'm frustrated and disappointed somebody stole my idea. It's someone that is beloved. And I'm sorry, wait, I do actually have the TikTok. Hold on. So y'all can actually hear what this woman is saying. So So hold on one second. Let me child, this lady. When I tell you, it was just like, now, ma'am.
While you're doing that, I just want to say Matt Barnes is a high yellow menace. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know I don't need him to be a mid-level or low-level menace. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. Why is that funny? Because it's like I can only mention what the fuck that nigga
I just sent it to you.
Oh, look. I'm sorry. High Yellow Menace is literally killing me right now. Okay,
She's a
so
violinist. Go
this
ahead.
Miss Jilly Willy or Jillian on the TikToks.
I didn't know if I was going to address this or not, but I'm just so disappointed and so frustrated about the situation that I think I'm just going to have to say something. Um, I'm Jillian. I'm a TV producer. I am a freelance TV producer. I worked for a lot of shows, won a lot of Emmys, just kind of good at what I do. I also pitch shows to networks. So I will find talent or people that I think would be great to have a show. I link with them and then create a show around them, and then I pitch that around to networks. And some get sold and produced, some get a no, and they circle back later. Recently, there's a creator here on TikTok that is beloved by all. I even love them and they think they would make great TV. But I pitched them an idea to take to networks, and they basically said no in a nice way, but then stole my fucking idea. They just stole it. So now they're doing it.
Yeah. So that's her. So I just wanted you to pay attention to the fact that she said it's a creator, beloved by all. I still love them. So she has turned the comments off on, I think, all of her videos at this point. But on that video in the comments, so full disclosure, y'all, I saw this video and I was like, oh, that's chitty, but it's like, that's literally like happens every day that ends in Y. There's some like black woman who's talking about somebody stealing their idea on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. You have seen women who said, I've come up with ideas, and then bigger people have stolen their ideas. So at the time, I liked her video. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I didn't look at the comments. I just kept scrolling. I liked the video and kept it moving. So then apparently 2 days after that, Keith Lee made a video. I was like, wait a minute, she was talking about him? I was like, wait. I was like, his video is longer. It's about 3 minutes, but I'm not going to play it. But I will say I find it very interesting that when anybody who can, he had receipts. He's like, this video is going around because in the comments to that first video, people are saying, are you talking about Keith Lee? Now, when I saw that video, it didn't even dawn on me that she was talking about him or even alluding to him, because it was kind of like, what I did he start and he's pitching it. It was like, what? So in her comments, when people say kind of like, are you talking about Keith Lee? She liked it. Or people who were shitting on him, she would interact with them. So either she was liking the comments that were like anti Keith Lee or interacting with those comments. Not at any point did she say, I'm not talking about him. So on TikTok, I've seen other people who've done subtweets and people say, are you talking about this person? And people flat out say, no, I'm not. I'm not talking about that person. Nope. Guess again, I'm not talking about that person. So at some point between the 48 hours of you posting your video and then him posting a response, you could have flat out said, I am not talking about him. So she had an option to say, I'm not talking about him. She had that option. She did not take that option. So his video is 4 minutes. I'm only going to play the beginning. I said I was going to play it at all, but what is that like? Oh, sorry. But I'm going to play the beginning. So anybody who have watched his videos, you see he's socially awkward, but his face looks different.
Going around, and I keep getting brought up. And I had an interaction with this person who made the video. So let's talk about it. I'm going to show you the video I'm talking about, and we're going to talk about it point by point. She's very anonymous with the names, but in the caption, she put food critic and thief. And it's over 200 comments saying, is it Keith? Is it Keith? Oh, Keith did this, Keith did that. It's been 2 days, and she hasn't directly responded to any of them, except for the ones that are tearing me down and calling me out of my name, and falsely accusing me of being a thief. Let's talk about it.
I didn't know if I was going to address this or not.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there. Now, he's absolutely correct. She did not correct anybody. Because there were a lot. I just didn't look at the comments. And all of a sudden, it's like the comments are gone. I'm like, why she oh. Yeah. Because girl, if he wants, because she is not, this video is still on her TikTok. She did not take it down.
She wasn't going to apologize or nothing. She doubled down.
So he went by line, receipt of like what happened with him and her. She then followed up with this.
This is not an apology video for two reasons. One, I'm not going to apologize for being frustrated about someone stealing an idea from me. It's an unfortunate part of our business, and it happens a lot because ownership of an idea is a gray area. But I am frustrated because the situation that I am referring to, I was in negotiations, I was in contracts with this person, and we were negotiating with other networks and production companies to find the right place for this particular show idea. They then decided they didn't want to do it. And that's okay. Some things work out, sometimes they don't. But then I find out that it's greenlit, the same idea, my idea, greenlit at another network. I'm frustrated, and I'm not going to apologize for being frustrated about that. My original video was not to call anyone out because I don't know what I'm going to do with this situation just yet. There's a potential to fight for my idea. It's a long, grueling process, so I don't know if I necessarily want to do it. But I was just expressing my frustration. I was not calling anyone out. So I'm not apologizing for that. Secondly, Keith, this is for you. That video was not about you. And I did not think that you would think that that video was about you because our interactions were very minimal.
So I'm going to stop it right there. So that's a whole minute of her talking about bullshit. This whole video is 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Okay. So, ma'am, you are only saying this because you got your ass handed to you. That is the only reason why you're saying, oh, I wasn't calling you out. Then why did you put hashtag food critic, hashtag thief? You were trying to call somebody out. You just thought that Keith wasn't going to say anything to you. You thought he was going to pay it. You thought he wasn't going to say anything. I'm sorry, I'd have busted your ass too. And I don't like, that's the thing. It's like, I can't speak for Cook, maybe I can. We try not to drag Black women. We try not to. We try to give y'all benefit of the doubt. It's like, wait, it's a Black woman. Let me behave. Let me tell you something. No one asked you to apologize for being frustrated. We are asking you to, one, you should have apologized for misleading everyone and insinuating he did something he did not do. That is what you can apologize for. I was frustrated. And about the situation, I was trying not to say too much because I know I might be going into litigation, but I am sorry for misleading y'all to think that I was talking about Keith Lee. I was not. See how easy that is to just own up to the fact that you know what the fuck you were doing. I don't like people who literally do not take ownership. Take accountability for your fucking actions. Stephanie is not going to tell you to do shit. But please, baby, know that we peeped you. Because in the video, she also said that people were coming to my videos and saying like, you know, I'm so glad she lost her children. Like she's lost children. And so they're like, we're glad. And she's like, you have a responsibility. Time out, heifer. Now hold on there, glasses. You have a responsibility because you didn't stop those people who were saying cash money shit and calling him a thief and him doing something to you. You ain't tell them to stop. You like that shit. Because one, them bringing up Keith Lee brought more people to your video. Baby, we are content creators. We know how this game is played. You just played long and wrong. You played this game wrong and you played yourself when you could have just apologized to him. We're not saying apologize for you being frustrated. Somebody stole your idea that no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. There's a lot of people who keep stuff in the hopper. There's a lot of ideas and people like, oh my gosh, because one, there's no possible way that nobody didn't think Keith Lee, a food critic on TikTok, would be gold on television. How many ideas did you get? People will pitch you the same idea 7 different ways. It's the same idea from 7 different people who've never met each other. Girl, as an Emmy award-winning TV producer, you should know that. I'm not an Emmy award-winning TV producer, and I know that. So it's like, I'm just like, I'm so put off by that. I'm like, girl, you could have just said, I'm sorry. Because one, you're like, I didn't say his name, but you didn't say it wasn't him either. Because that would have been so easy to make up. Like, y'all, I know y'all probably guessing, I'm not talking about Keith Lee. Do you know how many people do that on TikTok when they're doing subliminal like TikToks? And you're like, is it this person? They're like, no, it's not. I'm not talking about them. It's so easy for you to do that. But you thought that Keith wasn't going to say anything. You didn't think he'd say anything. And then you got people on there.
Other people were going to say something.
Correct. When I tell you Keith Lee is the Beyonce of TikTok, Not too much on Keith Lee, okay? Not too much. Yeah, you can keep the okay. No, we don't say that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not him. And it's like, this man is a stranger to millions of people. And they're like, why would you say that about him? And then on top of that, not even apologize. You were wrong. You should have fixed it. No one's saying that you shouldn't be frustrated, darling, because I get it. We do a lot of things out of frustration, and sometimes you don't handle things correctly. Apologize for how you insinuated and alluded to something that was not true and move on. Giving proper apologies moves the tide so quickly. But when you literally are standing 10 toes down, that's why you get stuck in the mud. Where the crawdads are. Where the crawdads I'm sorry. Okay, so I had to laugh before we talk about this because this is my first time probably today, and of course it's because of a TikTok. The story of Tyre Nichols. I had not heard about this. I'm like, wait, what the hell is happening here? So for anybody who doesn't know, a man, 29-year-old man, a father by the name of Tyre, one E. That's why I probably did not hear about it because he only has one E in his name. I'm like, oh, he spells his name. I kind of like the way he spells it though, no, low key. Kind of like it. So,
girl,
I'm sorry, I really did. I was like, I kind of like this because it looks like Tyre, but it's Tyre because he only has one E. So he is 29 years old. He was beaten to death by 5 Memphis police officers.
Black.
All 5 of them are black. All 5 of them are fired. That thin blue line seemingly didn't go y'all way.
The way they did it though, because I can't watch it, but from what, by all accounts, they said it was more brutal what they did to him than what was done to George Floyd.
So I think because everybody's attorney, he was there. He said it reminded him of Rodney King. And I was like, what? They broke that man's neck. And so I was like, what the heck? And then so I think it was him and it was a white lawyer. And that mother, you could hear the sorrow in her voice. So the body cam video has not come out. So I will warn y'all. Trigger warning, that video is coming in the next few days.
They've issued a warning to Memphis businesses to get what was it, riot insurance, destruction insurance.
Yep.
Because they were like, yeah, it's so far everyone who's seen they're like it's that bad.
Yeah.
And
the mother said she watched a few minutes. She's like, I couldn't watch all of it. I'm like, yeah, that's her mother. That's his mother.
And the thing about it is helping Black people understand that Black Lives Matter. But the issue is Black police officers are just as racist as white police officers in terms of their attitudes.
Because I think what it is that we are under this impression that if a police officer is Black, it'll be a little bit more lenient, or they'll care more. And I'm like, yeah, I'm 41. I can guarantee you that's probably 45% true. And I'm giving a lot of grace because the thing about it is I actually do know Black police officers. I do. And they're good people. The thing about it is that when this video comes out, it's going to be an in-house conversation that's going to be outside the house. Because the first person I saw talking about this was not a Black person. It was actually a non-Black person saying, and he brought it up and he said, yeah, so there's a conversation that needs to be had, but I'm not the one that's going to have it. I'm like, yeah, because there's a conversation that we're going to have because why did y'all beat this man like this? And the thing about it is like, what did he do? Was he like stabbing somebody actively? No, reckless driving. That is what y'all, they're like, why did he run? Because he feared for his life. It's like, I'm sorry. I have seen videos where people are literally like actively, like you're seeing white people. Some man had a machete. Y'all didn't shoot that man at all. It's like I've seen people actively harming people and y'all not whipping out your gun. Apparently, they sprayed him with tase, they tased him, they sprayed him, but it's 5 big old men who have training and beat this man and snapped his neck. And yeah, they got fired so quickly. And let me just tell y'all, I already know. But the thing about it is, part of me is just like, I'm not sure, but because it made me also think about Freddie Gray. And I think that, but the issue with Freddie Gray is that Marilyn Mosby was very overzealous with the charges because she brought up charges like, what the fuck is that? It's like, girl, she was like, no, I'm throwing the fucking book at them. And it did not work out in her favor, even though I still believe they did something to that man in that van. Y'all got away with it.
Yeah.
This video come out with Tyre Nichols. Y'all not getting away with that. Y'all are going to jail. You're going to jail. Penitentiary. To the chokey. Under the jail. It's happening. Because one, that thin blue line is not protecting you.
They didn't even get administrative leave.
Nope, they just got fired. Like after investigation, is fired because apparently this happened January 7th. It's like, wait a minute. So a woman had stitched the non-black person that I saw, and she said, I find it very interesting that black men are not talking about this. I'm not surprised by that. How come y'all not talking about this? How come y'all not talking about this? And the thing about it, it is because I think Roland Martin and his ascot was talking about this as well. I do. Roland Martin, he has the best. Seriously, I hope he has a sponsorship for ascots because he deserves it. He's a Southern black man who wears ascots. Like seriously, money in the bank. So there are black men who are talking about it. It's not getting a notice of, oh, I don't know, Matt Barnes, the big people, where you know what? I have erased their names out of my mind, so I can't even think of people's names. But all them niggas y'all thinking about who always got something to say when some black woman talking, let's hang up Oprah and how dare Gayle King. Y'all not talking about some dude named Emmett who live in Memphis who, of the 5 people, beat some man to death. And yes, it's like ironic that there is some man named Emmett who is also one of the people who did this to him. And they all like some of the they look around the same age, probably like late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s. I'm kidding. It's probably like between 20s and 30s when I'm looking at their photos. And I don't even want to say all their names, but I find it very interesting that I'm not hearing too much conversation about this. How come y'all not talking about this? Because one, y'all don't want it, because that's the thing. The thin blue line does not cross racial lines. Thin blue line is only for white cops. It's not for anybody else because they got fired so quick. Actually, just white men cops, because homegirl who murdered that man when she got into his home, they dropped her ass too. You ain't a white man, we don't care about you. It's like,
so fuck her to this day.
But so please send love and light and prayers and good energy to the Nichols family, because that is just awful. This is just extremely cruel. They beat that man like he's like stole a child. Reckless driving, fuck you. Reckless girl, what did he plow into somebody's home? No. But this is what happens when you treat black people like they animals. Like we got to put them down like animals for jaywalking, or like writing a bad check for reckless driving, for walking down, for playing with a gun in a playground. Black people aren't animals, and y'all don't even treat animals like that. Love to the Nichols family. I want them to have justice. I don't give a fuck about these niggas. Who are these niggas? Except niggas that need to be in fucking jail, and I mean that shit. Put them under the jail. I don't care. I'm not going to do this whole thing. This is why I'm like, it is, my support is very situational. In this situation, put all their asses in jail, because y'all weren't thinking about that black man when y'all beat him to death. So don't you dare sit up on my camera and talk about your blackness. You don't care about his. Fuck y'all's. I said what I said.
Well,
and that's that. High key. Let's talk about some other niggas. So Prime Time in his 8 toes high stepped out of He's not 10 toes down, he 8 toes down. He left Jackson and went to someplace in Colorado.
Boulder.
In Colorado. Maybe he just wanted to get high. I don't know. It's legal there. I don't blame you. So then Edward Reed, who is arguably the best safety ever in the NFL. He is in the Hall of Fame. He is a former Baltimore Raven. He has I think he played on both team with both Super Bowls. Can't remember offhand. Definitely was 2013. Can't remember. I think he wasn't there for 2000. Can't remember. Don't care. He decided to come down and be the head coach for Bethune-Cookman University. Now, I thought it was very interesting when they said they have agreed in principle for Ed Reed, who had no coaching experience, to be the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. So then after Dion and his 8 toes left Jackson, Ed Reed decided to get on the internet and do some talking about HBCUs. Hold, please. We can listen, y'all.
Prime was not wrong about what he was saying. All y'all out there with y'all opinions full of crap, don't know shit. But needless to say, I just pulled up to work. We're gonna try to help y'all too, man, because I know a lot of HBCUs need help. I'm just here to help here first. I see it on too clearly. All our HBCUs need help. HBCUs need help. And they need help because of the people who's running it. It's broken mentalities out here. I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. I gotta get in the office. I hope y'all be blessed out there. 336, I see you, my bro. About to pull up in the office, bro. I gotta get out.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this. It's only a minute 31, y'all. I stopped it. If you put that voice through a voice simulator, something voice disguiser, I would have thought I was listening to a white person talking about they're gonna come save these Negroes.
Oh boy.
Who are you to actually take the stance of I'm coming to save y'all by coaching y'all football team? What the it was like, he's like, it's because they're broken mentality. Like Prime wasn't wrong. See, here's the deal. Deion Sanders came down to Jackson State to coach. You know who also is a coach at a football team? Eddie George. Former running back. You've never heard him speak ill of HBCUs because he ain't walking there like, I'm coming to save y'all. Ed Reed, I honestly am just, when I heard he's going to come, I'm like, okay, Ed Reed. Okay, because Ed Reed is a very good football player. But to hear this very white savior mentality is just far and away ridiculous to me. He talking about like I had to get people to own my own trash. Bethune-Cookman is in Florida, and a few months ago there was a hurricane. Let me just say this. Bethune-Cookman is a historically Black college university. It is not only Black, it's historically Black. HBCUs do not get the funding nor the help of their PWI, predominantly white institution counterparts. So if there are other schools, white schools in Florida that were affected by this hurricane, please know they had the funding. They have systemic things in place to take care of their children. So you saw he did his own videos talking about the school. You have students coming out. And the thing about it is, let me just say this. The students who go to these schools, nothing against them, because it's like, girl, you live there. Honey, you live there. You can say this. Ed Reed, who did not go to an HBCU and has been a very rich man for a very long time, who are you to do this? And you didn't even have to think shit on, you weren't signed on the dotted line. You agreed in principle, nigga.
So this is first and foremost, he shouldn't have did that. I don't think he shouldn't. He shouldn't have did that, because if you know anything about HBCUs, I've all my entire academic career, I've attended HBCUs. Period. Both my alma maters are HBCUs. I've not attended Bethune-Cookman, but even I knew Bethune-Cookman had issues.
Correct.
Bethune-Cookman has been plagued with some serious issues for a very, 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 very long time. What those issues are, I'm not qualified to speak on. But they've been on the brink for decades. And it just seemed like I think to one extent, yeah, he thought he was going to go and he was going to, do some things and get some students opportunities. But also, too, I don't think he just was well versed enough in how HBCUs work. And that's one thing as an alumni. It's like, look, you go to HBCUs, is what you make of it, and I say that because when I was attending my HBCUs, they were not the best. At the time, when I was there in the 90s, in the early 2000s, well, no, in the 90s, I'll say that, they weren't the best. There was a lot going on, violence, underfunding, poor facilities. It's all there. But you make something of it and you survive and you come out a better person for it. But that was the 90s. With this particular situation, I think that number one, he did not have a signed contract. So I don't think the school owes him anything.
They don't.
Secondly, how are you going to get down there and talk all that shit about them people in their campus? I think they're not going to have something to say to you about it. Third, I think if people are going to go to an HBCU, it's not about you.
Correct.
It is not about you. It is about the school. It is about the students, and it is about the impact that you can have on the place. But it's not about your legacy or what how you're going to build yourself.
I'm going to come in there and save y'all Negroes. Nigga, fuck you.
Don't nobody need no saving.
And the thing about it is, like, so there was a petition by the students who wanted him reinstated. See, here's the thing. If I'm a student and I'm seeing videos of mold because of hurricane damage, if they're saying there is a rat problem, probably of the remnants of hurricane damage, I'm gonna keep saying it. HBCUs do not get the funding. Like I went to a PWI, and let's just say, one, I don't have we did not have big budget donors, but we had a steady donor pool. Mm-hmm. Let me just say this: Ed Reed, did you go to HBCU? Do you give back to your school? Let me guess, it's a PWI, ain't it? So there are a lot of people who are, because one, the NFL does pluck, the NBA does pluck from HBCUs. It's not a big plucking, it's a feather here and there. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, you get these big guys with these big old contracts. They're coming from, I don't know, the UCLAs, the USCs, the FAMUs, the LSUs. They're giving back to those schools. They're not giving to the HBCUs. So are there a lot of people who come from HBCU and make something of themselves? Yes, but 10 people who are living very comfortably cannot maintain an HBCU. Hence why you saw all of these presidents of HBCUs going up to the Terror Dome in DC to sit with Trump. You're like, how dare y'all? What do you mean? These schools are struggling, and they had to sit there with that evil piece of shit just to like maintain the funding that isn't enough at all. Because Bethune-Cookman is also a private university, not public. They're not on like, we're in Maryland, there's something called the University of Maryland system. Bethune-Cookman is not on something like that. It's a private university. There's no network. So for Ed Reed to come down here, because the thing about it is like, you want to help, do it. Do it the way a Eddie George is, or Tamika Reed. Two people. One, Tamika Reed. So if y'all don't know, she is the coach of the women's basketball team at Jackson State. The school that, the school that Prime left. She is the head coach. Let's see. She has won 2020, 2022. She is the SWAC Coach of the Year 2020. 2020, 2021, 2022, SWAC regular season champs, 2021, 2022, SWAC champs. That is her. Homegirl wins. And so she put out this tweet. This is back right after the Martin Luther King birthday observation, which was, she put it out on the 18th. Coaching at a HBCU is not for the weak. You're going to fight battles internally and externally. And if your program experienced any type of success, it will be even harder. I chose to come back for the fight, to truly even the playing field, to do something that's never been done. You have to earn stripes to speak publicly about this struggle. If you aren't willing to roll up your sleeves, make a difference, and demand others to respect us, not by words, but by actions, then get out of the way. We got something to do. Our work here is bigger than us. That is how you talk about this. You don't shit on the school and then say, I wasn't shitting on the school. Because Roland Martin and his ascot, he was fair and gave everybody a platform. So one, Bethune-Cookman has look here. He rolled out the ascot and let everybody come through. So the interim president of Bethune-Cookman was there. First of all, y'all got an interim president. What the fuck happened to the other one? He just
got they terminated the last president because apparently let the interim president explain it. The previous president, when they got their money in their endowment, because I think they got like $100 million, he just wanted to focus on the problems and not start looking into some of these solutions or resolutions or opportunities. So they just felt that he didn't have the right vision. And so ultimately they terminated him as a result, which to me, I thought that was solid reasoning. Because it's like, okay, we have this money, because also, in addition, he was there for like 40 some years. So he probably had been in there for so long and dealt with those issues for so long. He probably just kept naming, well, what about this and what about this? Versus now they're just like, we have this money. What is the first thing we can do with it? Somebody even made a suggestion, was like, instead of spending that money on football team,
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and fix all the problems and issues, facility, infrastructurally that they have.
Yeah. So the thing about it is like also because I'm saying Ed Reed also got a platform to talk, and it was very, very much, I tried to help you people.
Mm,
And
not
so
really.
because it's like y'all, he didn't flat out say that, but that was the tone, and I didn't appreciate it. Very much like, I was a dog in the school. He talking about the music. Well, you should see the way they dress. Wait, what? It's like,
Child,
what?
he had a nerve to be up in there whining on that damn
Like,
video.
why Ning? I was like, girl, what the hell? And so like he cried because he's so passionate. I'm like, yeah, because one, I'm like, yeah, cry me a river, sir. You you meant every word you said. And that interim president was like, why would I have somebody here who thinks so less of the institution that he's supposed to be working for? So the thing about, you can have good ideas, but you got to look at how you doing it. And it's not what you said, it's how you said it. It's not what you want to do, it's how you were doing it. You taking videos and showing this. I'm like, I'm sorry, how is that helping anybody? Or they just gonna see, that's how these HBCUs are, because they don't have a funding of a small school in Colorado, which, by the way, only gave a promissory note to Primetime as well.
Promissory note.
They were like, we ain't got all the money yet. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. He left Jackson State. Y'all don't have all his money, but he gone. Y'all, here's the thing. It's like, y'all, Ed Reed did not have any head coach experience. Y'all gonna make him head coach. Primetime coached on his son's teams at the high school level. He ain't had no head coach experience at the collegiate level either. Do you know how many high school coaches, and I'm not saying just get them because they are cheaper, but they also would have a little bit more experience. And you could build with this. They wouldn't be asking for like 2 or 3 million, because that was the other thing. And I took a pay cut to come here. Yeah, shut up. Be quiet. Just be quiet. Because then you're being disrespectful to the whole coaching staff at that school. Some of them been there for years. And they care about those children. You don't. You care about your name. Those tears were not tears of, I love these kids. That was your ego. It got bruised. Because he was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Who are you to coming down here like, I got to come here and save these shiftless Negroes? Listen here, step and fetch it. Khadijah don't need you. Get the fuck out. You don't care about these children. Because why come Eddie George been there since 2021? Do you hear him talking shitty about HBCUs? He's like, if you want to come do this, just know there got to be some passion behind it. Because you not getting University of Maryland, LSU, UCLA, USC is a totally different thing. Because one, until we care about HBCUs, but also we need to, y'all, white people go to HBCUs too. Y'all could guilt them into caring about these schools. Put your money where your mouth, open your purse. You care? Get help? Set up an endowment. Pledge some money. Bequeath something to these schools. Because one, it's not that alumni don't care about HBCUs. They do. Very much so. But everybody ain't Bob Johnson. They're not Oprah. People don't have it like that. That's 2 Black billionaires. 2. They could not finance that. They can't finance that.
And all HBCUs are not Spelman and Morehouse.
Come on.
Okay.
Or Howard, or the Howard,
I
the
don't even
HU.
refer to that because whatever.
Right.
Howard isn't. I have commentary, but I'm gonna keep it cute.
Yeah,
As a
let's
Morgan,
keep it in cute with Howard, because it's like they had their own problems. Somebody's like, excuse me, y'all have somebody running off with the church's money at Howard.
and I would say as a Morgan, our camp is way better than Howard. But I mean, whatever.
Okay.
I said I
Because
wasn't gonna go there. I said I wasn't gonna go there, but no, it's levels when it comes to your local HBCU.
it is. It is.
Some have better alumni who are able to contribute and donate, but even still, with the income gap in America, it's only but so much that the alumni can donate.
Correct. It's like, it's like it can't be just like two Black billionaires funding it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. It's just not. And it's like, I'm sorry, Ed, what did you think was going to happen? Oh my gosh, come in and save us. Because one, I looked at there are a lot of PWIs that are run terribly. Terribly. Do they get torn down about it? Depends on who you talk to. But not really. But I saw, when it comes to the students who are at Bethune-Cookman right now, none of what I am saying, and I can say that, has anything to do with how they feel, because they are in the trenches of that. Because let's be very clear, going to college is not free. So if they have an issue, I have no problem with that. This is the issue with Ed Reed. You walked in there with your money and your deep pockets, not that deep, and sold those boys a pipe dream. I'm gonna come in here and fix this. Because one, it's like there's allegations of that they're sharing helmets. They got to wash their own uniforms. A lot, and it's like, oh, this is, oof, boy. It's like, you want to go. I hope that is not true. No interim president is going to sit on the television and say, of course, they got to do it because that's just what we got to do. Of course, he's going to say that's not true. Even if it is true. I don't know if it is. It's alleged. These kids who are living in the trenches of Bethune-Cookman, they do not need somebody selling them a fucking pipe dream when you ain't even got you don't officially work here. For you, you were treating this like this was a charity case. And that is that is a broken mentality. Do not come to an HBCU with a white savior complex with black skin. I swear they will run your ass up off that campus. But the kids, I feel so bad for them because all they're like, he said he's going to make something better. He is the football coach. He's not Bob Johnson. He ain't coming here to fix everything. Highlighting the broken parts of an HBCU to white people is not the way to move. And Edward, you should know better than that. But when you've been a rich nigga for a little bit too long, you have forgotten some things. And I cannot believe, as softballed as Shannon Sharp was with Prom, because Prom is his friend, for him to say, Ed handled this poorly. I'm like, yeah, that's interesting that you're saying that, because you're not wrong. I think it's interesting because I'm like, you're kind of being somewhat fair and level because Ed Reed's not your friend. I peeped you. I'm like, Shannon, I like you being honest, but Ed, you could have done better, and that's very disappointing. I think he had good intentions. It's the impact that everybody is talking about.
Yeah.
That's just disappointing, and it's just heartbreaking because one, those kids are the ones that's suffering, not Ed Reed. He told himself, I'm like, I'll be financially fine. Yeah, you will. You will pack up your circus and leave town. Meanwhile, there are kids who still have moldy things. There are kids who do not have adequate housing facilities. We're talking about them. Fuck you and your ego. It's about them, not you. And it's raggedy. Just raggedy. I'm just disappointed. And you sitting around like, because one, you're like, I'm crying about this. I'm like, you're crying about your ego. You don't give a fuck about these children as a whole. Because if you did, you would actually think about this.
Thought before you spoke.
It's like you would have realized, like, man, I should have never done this and I was wrong. Not sit up here like, I could have came down here and fixed things. How, Edward? Quickly tell us. Quickly. How are you as the football coach going to fix things when you don't give a fuck about HBCUs? Tell me. You don't have an answer. Go over there, go cry in your car and leave us alone. It's just heartbreaking. It really is. It's like, what the hell? Really? It's bad enough when white people, we have spent like a whole demon presidency of white people shitting on HBCUs for y'all niggas to turn around and do it too. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Now I'm getting mad. Now I'm getting mad. Because I think about all them white people like, y'all got y'all own schools. Do you know why they had to fucking make HBCUs? And believe me, there are like other oppressed groups, they got their own schools too. Why? Because y'all wouldn't let us in your just to go to school. How dare you want to like read like us? How dare you want to learn? It's making me mad. I can't. I swear. Y'all need to treat him like y'all treated, like Baltimore treated Charles Barkley. Get the fuck out of our city.
Listen, period. Period.
His ass out. They're like, y'all, Charles Barkley is not welcome in Baltimore. And real ones know why.
He's not welcome in the state of Maryland. How about that?
It's like, girl, they're like, who the fuck you talking to? Every time I think about it, I'm like, they ran Charles Barkley out of Baltimore, Maryland. Oh my God. But I'm sorry. Any final thoughts on Edward Reed?
He fucked around and he found out. Fucked around and he found out. But yeah, making that video was not it's just the no-no, because even listen, if he was going to a white school and did the same thing, he would have been met with the same fate.
Correct.
You don't talk shit about your institution you're going to. If you're going there to make a difference, then you should have been there to why didn't you go there to clean up? Why didn't you call somebody with a remediation company or an infrastructure company to kind of help them rebuild?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot you could have did other than simply talking shit and putting them on blast like that.
Correct.
But that wasn't helping either.
No. It's like hurricanes are like destructive to just someone's home. Imagine when it comes to a underfunded university
that probably already had damage prior to it. You never know. Correct.
Because wasn't it back-to-back hurricanes?
Yeah, it was like 2. Yeah.
So it's like, sir, it's like, read the room. Are you serious right now? I'm coming in here like, what? Listen here, Kazam.
And that's really what it is. That's what it boils down to. Niggas need to learn how to read the room.
It's like, come on, girl. It's like, I am Kazam, sir. Either get your boombox that's a genie lamp and fix shit, or shut the fuck up, or move out of the way for people who actually care.
Niggas need to learn how to read the room. And that's the biggest takeaway from 2023 so far.
Correct.
And he did not play this correctly at all. And the truth is, nothing's in writing. Well, he didn't sign no contract, so technically, no, you can go.
You can go. So, because if he did, it's like he would have been reprimanded, which he should have. It's like, do you? Yeah, the kids who are living there, yeah, they can do that shit because, hey, I'm saying they're children, but they're young adults. But let's be very clear, they're just literally out their mama's house. They don't count. And if somebody blow into town going, I'ma fix this. Listen here. Why are you selling them kids a monorail? And that's what you came in there and did. And when your feelings got hurt, you out. And you letting these kids do all this work. Excuse me, they have bigger things to do than to deal with your feelings. Okay. I need a glass of wine. Let me calm down. I'm gonna put a button on this. I'm sure we're gonna hear more about this. And that's for another day. Because Roland Martin and his ascot are coming to the campus of Bethune-Cookman to do a town hall.
They booked the town hall?
I don't think he booked it. He keep talking about it now. He had the interim president, he had Ed Reed, he had the student body president, he had some of the football players. So apparently this is going to turn into, God, I hope not a Love and Hip Hop reunion, or a Real Housewives reunion, or Rock of Love. Yeah, I'm gonna start naming like white reality shows. It better not turn into no Bob Wobbs reunion, okay? We don't need Drita on site. You know. But yeah, Roland is, knowing him, he's had his ass caught adjusted. He already getting this together. So we're probably going to hear about some town hall that's going to be happening in the Bethune-Cookman. With everybody on the same stage, hopefully not Ed Reed, but the student body president, the athletes, and the interim president. And if Roland is going, I'm pretty sure he's going to have clips, or it's going to be televised, or at least being live on his YouTube channel. I don't mind it, but part of me is just like, please don't air this in front of white people because they don't need this. Okay.
Yeah, this is an internal conversation.
This is an in-house conversation. It needs to stay in-house, but this is what happens when people like, I got coming in and save y'all. Sir, you can't even save your hair. Let me shut up.
Don't do it.
Let me shut up. Ed Reed is one of my favorite Ravens. I gotta shut up. Because he just let me be quiet. But yeah, y'all, I put a button on it. We have a show. The reason I asked Cook to be here is because Cook is one of my favorite HBCU graduates. Extremely smart. And I get really tired of hearing people talk about people who graduated from HBCUs. I'm like, I only know smart niggas that graduated from HBCUs.
I
don't know where y'all getting these from. I'm like, oh, it's like, one, the educating HBCUs is not subpar, and I'm going to need y'all to stop doing that. Because you want to complain about a problem, but you don't want to help fix it. If you think it's so subpar, what are you doing to fix it? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to any of your local government officials who can do something about it? How are we not talking about the federal level that one, HBCU should have a lot more funding than they get? Because they cut it every year, by the way.
Yeah. Or they funnel it over to white schools.
Correct.
Blatantly.
Because how do you think Brett Favre could steal from the welfare fund in Mississippi for a school? A school that nobody don't really know about, a very small school, and who probably has more money than Bethune-Cookman. They could afford to do this, and they are literally stealing from people on welfare. By the way, most people who use welfare are actually white people, but that's not the point. Brett Favre could afford to just endow that school with money, and instead he stole it. Allegedly. Let me keep saying allegedly.
He did that shit.
I'm trying not to get sued. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He on Mike, allegedly. But Cook, thank you for being here. Please tell everybody how they can find you and your show.
Yes, you can find me at Instagram at HIGHLy Inappropriate _Spanette. And you can find me on Twitter at HighSpanette. And new episodes coming soon.
Yay!
Just gotta record them, but they coming.
I just gotta record them, but they coming. I don't blame you. It's like, oh, they coming. I'm like, don't worry, y'all. She's like, she is good. Something is, look here. Sometimes you got to mix the batter before you bake it. So she got to mix the batter. It's coming.
Yeah, I'm chefing. I'm in the kitchen.
Yes. Chef Curry with the pot. Just saying. But yes, thank you so much for being here, Cook. Y'all, this has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. I will try not to be angry next week. I don't know. Maybe, probably not. But I will be back next week with more folks. I just want to let you know, Tennessee is coming back. I got to get stuff together. There's some people that I want in the pike, and I just got to get it together. My boy Brandon, one of the black dudes named Brandon that I know, because I know a whole bunch of them, will be back too. So I'm putting things together. Because I will tell you, this is just preemptive. I will tell y'all there may be a little bit of a break for Mocha Minutes because the first anniversary of my father's death is coming up. So,
okay.
And that's the first time I used D instead of passing. But yes, his passing, there may be a hiatus. I will just let y'all know that. So it may be me recording and just getting a wonderful person to help me edit and batch and record and put it out so that I can take a mental break. But that is something I'm still toying with. So please pray for me and for my family. Pray for the Nichols family. Pray for the family and parents of children that go to Bethune-Cookman or any HBCU in this country, because y'all playing in their faces. And we be tired. Okay. I love you. I love us for real. We have in-house problems that we need to stop having out in the backyard for white people to see. Because they don't need ammunition to hate us. They don't need our help. Please stop helping them. Okay. Well, this has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back. Bye.
To be honest, and if you really think about it, that is actually what that song conveys. That is actually where cisgender women and trans women meet. Because it actually takes it out of biology. Okay? So the song is about her finding the love of her life that makes her feel like a natural woman. Why would a cisgender woman, she has the vagina, she was born this way, all that kind of stuff. Why would she feel like an unnatural woman? Why would she need that validation? Because the world is making her feel less than womanly. Especially if you are a black woman, you really resonate with this because the world around you is telling you that your hair is too nappy, your skin is too dark, your body is too masculine, it's too big, and your attitude is too stank and too aggressive and blah, 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 blah. So you meet this man who makes you feel like a woman because he loves you and makes you feel cared for. This song is about that feeling. You know who else resonates with that? Trans women. When we're in love and a man is loving us and making us feel great, or somebody, not even a romantic love, somebody who loves us and cares and affirms us is making us feel like a damn natural woman. That is actually where these two groups, cisgender and transgender, actually meet. And that ain't got nothing to do with natural or biology. That's social structure. That is socializing. That is how the world is making you feel. It ain't got nothing to do with how you came out of the vagina. You had to make this song because you wasn't feeling like a natural woman. You were feeling unnatural and misaligned with the world's narrative of you. And that's why you needed to make this song. And that's why this song resonates with so many women, cisgender or trans. Sometimes we want to have that feeling. We want to have that feeling like, ooh, we are in our feminine energy. We are in our feminine bag. And you are acknowledging it. The vagina was not enough. The motherhood was not enough. The period was not enough. You needed more. You needed your community or your love to acknowledge it. That's where we meet. That's where we can find common ground so we can have a sisterhood and build a sisterhood so we can fight the real enemy. And that's not necessarily about a man. It could be, you can get that feeling from your lesbian lover. You can get that feeling from your family. It doesn't have to be romantic. You can get that feeling where somebody actually sees you. I see the woman in you. I see you. And we all want that. We love Aretha Franklin over here on this here podcast. You got to do way more than an old ass song to get us to rally against a Black female icon. Not all we.